of your grace, in the power of your name, you lift me up, you lift me up, unfailing love.
Good morning and welcome to the program this morning. It is a wonderful day to be alive. It feels like if I haven't been here in quite a while. I look good on TV. I think so. What do you think? I think I feel good. I wanted to be in all pink this morning. I'm not really a pink person, but there are some days you just go with a color that just makes you look good. I feel good. I hope you're feeling good. It's good for mental health to feel good, Anyway, let me stop interfering with the public so early in the program. Good morning. And, of course, I have guests that are no strangers. No strangers, no secret, no. Anyhow, by now you know these people. I'm not even calling them and saying where they're from. I think you should be able to tell me where they're from. For real. Anyhow, we have folks from the NTA. No strangers at all. We have Janesta and we have Kay with us, and we continue to talk. I can't remember where we left off, but anyhow, good morning.
Good morning to you and your viewers and listeners. It's a pleasure to be back with you again.
It is, yes, and I hope you all plan to be back for the rest. We have to do something for the Christmas. I mean, the last program for the year, we have to do something. I'm expecting presents. I'm receiving. Just letting you all know, I like cheesecake.
We'll bring bottles and have drink up on thing.
I like that. I like that. Don't bring drink alone. Don't bring drink alone. Just think of me for the whole year and bring, things sufficient for that.
Well, good morning to you and good morning to your listeners, viewers out there. We are again happy to be here.
Yes. No, it's always a pleasure having you all and knowing that you all have a lot of things doing, and we just want to share with the public what you are doing. But before we go into the newest of what you are doing, we did promise, I don't know if those of you who have been following the program, I don't know if you remember us saying at some point in the program we were going to bring someone who have had experience, who experienced the NVQ or the CVQ. Well, this morning we have with us Ria. We actually pull it, first this thing is working, we pull Ria out of her work. Well, actually, it sounds like if we take her out of the work and bring her here. But the good thing is this, thank God for technology. She is at a job with permission, just that you know. And she's going to just share with us her experiences with the NVQ. I am going to allow Kay to just introduce Ria. And Ria, welcome, good morning. But I'm going to hand over to Kay to just do this part of the program. Yes?
Good morning, viewers again, listeners. So we have with us this morning Miss Ria Nelson. Miss Ria Nelson is an employee of Independence Agencies, and we know the company as CKs.
Right.
And she is a graduate of SEDACT, the Center for Development and Training Certification, located on H.A. Blaze Street. She has had pursued an NVQ in management. So that's one of the higher levels that we have, management level 4, and we haven't certified too many people at level 4, so it's really a higher level certification. We have at the moment one other level above that, but we are going to 8 level, and we'll come back for another program for that, 8 level framework that we are moving to on with CARICOM. Yeah, but for the moment we have been working, or in the past we have been working on a 5 level framework. So she's almost there when you call it as in terms of expertise. We just have like a level 5, and she'll be considered an expert master craftsman in whatever she does.
All right, so, master craftsman, welcome.
So she is. So she will tell you about her journey. She will tell you whether she started at the level 4 or she did anything before that, and how it has helped her in her career and in her career movements and so on. She's one of our success stories.
All right, great. Well, Ria, welcome, and we're handing over to you. Great. Well, Ria, welcome, and we're handing over to you. Go right ahead. Thank you so much for coming. I think we start.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
You are?
Okay, my journey, the program has really helped me a lot. During the COVID time, it was very difficult being in the class because, you had so much to deal with at that point in time. We had many challenges that we had to overcome. The program was very successful in the end where we had our tutors and them working along with us, even though some of us didn't have the connection to get through. But being in the class with classmates who are willing to go the extra mile in ensuring that you get your work done on time. I think it was very good. Ms. Gilbert has done a tremendous job in ensuring that the class continue during that time, that downtime that we had it in the world. I think she did a good job in ensuring that the tutors also worked along with us during the late times at night. You would have classes, and the tutors would go the extra mile to ensure that you understood everything that was happening. Our due date for submission was also extended because some of us was not able to meet the timeline. She gave us an extra time to complete our job. We were very grateful to her for that. With the study that I did not where that has propelled me into my new position as a purchasing officer. Even with that studies, I am very, very grateful for getting that opportunity to study at that.
Okay. As it relates to what you're doing right now, did you just start off right there with the level 4 program, or did you begin, let's say, maybe at a level 2 and come up?
I did not. I started at a level 4. Hello?
Right. So it means, yes, I'm here. We're hearing you. There is a little bit of a connection problem, but we're hearing you.
Okay.
So you started at level 4. How long was that program?
The program was actually supposed to last for, I think it was about 2 years, but because of COVID, it was extended because of the break that we had. So it was extended a little bit more than the duration time given.
Okay. A 2-year period is a good time. Seeing that you started at that level, was there a time when you may have said to yourself, look, you know what? I think I better just come out of this program, yes?
There are many times that I said, I think I ready to quit this. Because it was a struggle. It was my life, my plan. I had to ensure that my son was into the grade 6. He was getting ready for the CPA. So, you had a lot more involvement in that kind of studies with them, ensuring that he's ready also. And then I had to study and do everything else. So many times I wanted to quit. The frustration and the calls with the tutor, sometimes you're not hearing clear, you just feel like giving up. But then if you don't have that extra motivation of family members to push you, I think I would have finished already, just quit. Because I know 1 or 2 of my members would have just stopped doing the process also. But I choose not to stop because at the end of the day, education is the highest level thing anybody can gain. It's what sets you apart from in life. It's what prepared you for the unforeseen challenges that we may have. And nobody knows where life takes us. So education goes a long way in anyone's studies.
Okay. Now, as it relates to your present position at CK's, so this certification is it directly related to the certification that you got this position, or is it that, you were working there already, and you know what I mean? Because I really want to be able to see just how much a program like this, all right, now, said did the management level 4, just how much a program.
It has contributed, but my position as a purchasing officer, the level that I do is a little bit above because it propels you for a higher standard. Where I am at the purchasing department is basically working along with different suppliers. You have to also be able to people attitude, the way they behave and everything has a lot to do. And in studying with the management level 4, it shows you that you also have to take care and be able to dedicate time and so. So like for now that I'm on this program, I mean some of my tests may have to be either I have to do it a little bit beforehand or put it on pause. So I choose to do some before. So even if I'm on this program, I'm not taking much. But I mean, I still need to get back to finish up my day. So you can put things in place. It helps you to plan. And this is what you need in the department that I am.
Right. Now, would you, because I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I need to hear this from you. So be as honest as possible. Would you, I mean, I'm not saying that you're not, but not because you're on TV trying to make us sound good, right? It's either we doing it right or we not doing it right. Would you, for this question, would you recommend this program and other NVQs or CVQs to individuals who might be considering furthering their studies in Grenada? Because everybody, they're thinking online or they're thinking, other other establishments or institutions, wherever. Some people, you would hear them saying things like, oh, nothing in Grenada. People say things like that. Are we being honest here? Would you recommend that if someone needs to further their studies, particularly in an area where they just want to, push their career, would you suggest an NVQ or a CVQ?
I will suggest it because it is a very good program. It gives you a start for somebody who may be a college dropout and it may be difficult to get onto some of the universities and so, because most time when you apply for some universities, they will ask you for some sort of information from college that you program or the CVQ program. You also have the opportunity to study with my college, my management, all the certificates that I would have done to be able to get onto the program. Some schools will allow you, while some may not, and then they will guide you along in the university. I think you should be on this track because you would have covered this. So it's not a guessing game. I believe that people should take the opportunity. And it's, when coming to knowing some people's pockets, it's very affordable. If you choose the program, it's not as strenuous as you may have to seek the other financial help where you will have to go deep into a loan. So it's also affordable for persons willing to take on that challenge.
Okay. Is that going to join us face to face the next time? Because I don't think we finished talking. But I am really grateful that you can just join us for the few moments that you did. We are going to send you back to work now, and the next time I check out, I am really grateful that you can just join us for the few moments that you did. We are going to send you back to work now, and the next time good. Next time when you come, and we might learn how to put this online. But it was really good that you can, just join us for the few. Much for sharing your story with us. And as I said, I'm looking forward to being able to chat with you face to face the next time. Thank you so much for dropping by.
Like I said, once the planning is in place for me, I would be able to get that time.
Excellent.
Thank you. A pleasure being with you on the program.
Thank you again.
So enjoy the rest.
You too. Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye. All right. All right. At this time, we are going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we are going to be talking about all of the other things. And we do have a lot to share with you. All of the other things that is happening at the NTA. So just do what you have to do quickly. Don't go too far and come right back. And let's continue to chat. Let's take a break.
It's good to see that she put it.
You are my strength, strength like no other, strength like no other, reaches to me. You are my hope like Fullness of your grace.
All right, we are back. Thank you very much for staying with us. Well, for those of you who just joined us, well, you missed someone on work. You know, it's really good when we're practical. And that is what competency-based education and training is all about. It's being practical. So we have been talking for a few months. Not like if we've been talking to you every day for the month, but you know what I mean. We have come to you. And at the NTA, a lot is happening. There is a program now. I don't know if we want to talk about the newest program firstly, because I want to make sure that we have enough time to go into it in detail. Yeah, we'll talk about that now, or we want to talk about something else. I'm excited about the program because, I mean...
Well, last time we were here, we were talking about the perception of the NTA,
Yes.
you know, and the perception of TVET and so on. And we just had Miss Ria there to share that, you know, management is a TVET program,
Yeah.
and that you can advance in your career and in your job and your, you know, with that certification, and you can do other things. You can use it to get into universities and so.
Right.
So there's a lot of potential there. So we are here today to talk about another project of ours. So we are always involved in assisting government or funded agencies or agencies that provide funding to deliver training in Grenada.
Right.
Any projects that have implement a component that has training in it, we would normally be called upon. So this program is the Caribbean, Lord have mercy, help me here, Digital Transformation Project. Miss Charles here she's more familiar with it. She's the spokesperson.
All right.
She is Miss CADIP, right? So the acronym is CADIP. So it's a regional transformation. So Grenada is not the only country involved, and it's a World Bank. So again, Miss Charles will tell you a little more about that. But we signed an MOU with the Ministry of ICT, which is the line ministry for the project. To deliver what they want to enhance within the citizens of Grenada, their digital competencies.
Okay.
As you know, a lot of the business is being done online now. There's online banking, and you can pay your taxes and different things online.
Yes.
And so the government has a policy of being paperless. So it's all
Right.
part of making sure people are competent to get there, because you can't go paperless if you don't know, you know, the digital. So it's part of educating and, you know, building the competencies in the citizens so they can transact business and so online and so. So this program is a basic program, a basic digital literacy. So, and mostly we want the older people, because the younger people are already involved. So we want to recruit people for this program who are older. The younger people have lots of opportunities. A lot of them are already digitally literate.
Yes.
But our older people, some of them do not know how to, like, even send a text on WhatsApp. They don't know how to make a call. Some you might find it strange, but some people still don't even know how to use a mobile phone. And these little simple things, you know, how to, you know, simple things. So we're starting there. So this is what this project is about, the basic digital literacy. So we signed an MOU with ICT last year, March.
Okay.
And the very last day of March. And we've been working since then with a consultant to develop the curriculum and so on and so on. So we're now ready to start training, and this project is to train 400 Grenadians.
Is it a one-off program? Or it continues?
Well, it's a project. So all projects usually have an
Has
end.
its end.
But usually they're in a project, they're built in sustainability components. So once the project is finished, you're expected to add some continue delivering certain aspects of the training. Okay. So, but for this project, it's 400 people to be to receive the training. So we've gotten to the point where we are recruiting now these 400 people. And I'll just let Ms. Charles talk a little bit more about it, and then we'll tell you about the recruitment.
All right, great.
All right. So as it relates to our basic digital literacy program, you heard Kay mention that we signed that MOU in last year, March.
Right.
And persons may be wondering, well, why didn't training start before? Right. But of course, there are structures that you have to put in place to make these things happen. And so as a start, we had to establish what are the competencies we want the citizens to build.
Right.
So of course it starts with ensuring that you have the occupational standard that would guide the design and the development of the program to be delivered.
Right.
And so we had the chance to do some research, and we realized that based on the competencies that are required for a digitally literate citizen, our colleagues in Jamaica had already developed an occupational standard for level 1 in IT fundamentals.
Right.
So we were able to source that and of course bring our own experts here to take a look at the competencies there to see if those align to what a digitally literate Grenadian citizen should look like.
Right.
And so we were able to validate that occupational standard, and our board, of course, approved it. In light of that, though, we were not, because this is meant to be a short course, we do not have sufficient funds to deliver an entire level 1 program. So based on the needs that were identified, the critical need, we identified 3 units of competencies from the qualification that would be applicable for the program.
Okay.
And those 3 units of competence are to operate a personal computer, use mobile IT devices, and use communicate and search via the internet. So
Right.
those are the 3 fundamental. That's where we're going. And then we engaged a content development expert to now develop the curriculum for that program,
Right.
so that the experience will be the same across all training centers that are implementing the program. And thankfully, because we're talking about digital literacy, we cannot want to do digital literacy just face-to-face alone.
Right.
So guess what we did? The project was able to fund the NTA getting a learning management system. So we now have our own Moodle
LMS.
platform,
Right.
right? And the course is designed and placed on that Moodle platform. So now we have, in last month and this month, we did some training of the trainers, so potential training institutions. The instructors were trained from the platform, so they know what is on the platform and the expectation as we start to engage learners. So this is what we have been doing.
Right.
We were able to also identify our training providers or accredited institutions that have the capacity to possibly deliver the programs. And so far we have 5 of them on board already. So we have Grace Training and Certification Center, the Center for Development and Certification Training, CDAT. We have New Life Organization, NULO, Tech World, and TAMCC are already on board for the implementation of this project. We have flyers out currently promoting the training, and so persons can reach out to these 5 centers that we just listed or visit them to sign up and indicate their willingness to participate in this program.
Okay. Now, Kay mentioned that we're looking to target more so older persons. What particular strategies are being used to be able to find those persons? Is it just, you know what I mean, like how we doing this? What is in the pipeline?
Well, the intention, we'll do some targeted marketing through the radios that maybe the older people listen to.
Right.
So not the necessarily young people station, as we call it, young people station.
Got you.
Then we're planning to send around to the parliamentary elections offices, to the conference of churches and other places,
Right.
so that it can be sent to the churches. I have already put it in my church and announced it in my church. So then, because you know in the churches you would also get the oldest set of people as well. Then the parliamentary elections office, they have a lot of people who come in for different reasons. They can share it out there. They can get people to be recruited there.
Right.
And even in the community, like if we can go out and to put it out with direct community groups. So because they also get to share with, like, you know, you have your farmers, like yesterday I heard they said that they were paying checks to farmers and they had over 1,000 and something farmers who didn't want the money or something. And I have a feeling that some of them may not have a bank account, but some of them also may not be
able to
do
use,
these kind of banking, so it's maybe easier for them. You know what I mean? So so all of that, so we need to reach to our farmers and you know, people who are engaged in business or vendors, and so there are a lot of people doing business, but they don't know how to. They need help with all of this, to help them, so they don't have to go and stand in long lines and all of that. So we will have to do some, maybe go out into some communities ourselves, like choose days and actually go out, like do it, whether it's a caravan or whatever, and go out and actually try to recruit people ourselves. You know?
Because
we have to go find them where they are.
Because I'm thinking because I'm also wondering, seeing that the target is, you know, the older sector of the population. If it is that young people sign on, what happens then? Is it that they will not be able to participate in the program, or what happens there?
So we do not have any restrictions really in terms of the age. We're looking at the adult population. And simply because we're looking at, if we're talking digital transformation, government has a transformational agenda when it comes to the digitization of the services and so on that are offered. Who are the people likely to use those services? These are the people that we want participating in the training. So the training is really practical. It delves into, so we didn't buy an off-the-shelf program because there are off-the-shelf programs available, but we felt that we needed to ensure that it reflected our culture, our experiences here. So in the design, when we're talking about using mobile IT devices, the candidates will be allowed to experience how to download apps, how to use the different apps, and the examples of the apps they would see. I'm not promoting anyway for nobody, but they would see images of Nawasa's app or the Grand Lake app.
Well, because what we have in Grenada,
it's really practical, so that at the end, transferring the skills becomes seamless for them. So they, in the class, they may practice how to download an app. They would also learn how to do online transactions. And we have a lot of conversation now about security and all these things. So in the program, it's embedded there that we're going to teach some digital security into the program as well, because we're talking about the ability to use the computers, their phones, and even tablets and other devices. So the program is targeted at persons who are likely to be using these things, and not necessarily. So while my colleague is stressing on the older population, the focus for us really is for persons who are likely to use services that the government offers, or that other service providers offers that are online. How do we equip them with the skills to adequately navigate?
Okay, now the program, because you say you're in the recruitment process, how long is its period? Because I'm thinking the 5 centers that you mentioned, you said persons can just call directly there. Can they call at the NTA, or you trying to avoid that?
They could call the NTA, but there's capacity within the training centers to also take the call, so the training centers agreed to do that. What we want people to be mindful of, the centers that we call, it may seem as though they're all in St. George's. The training will be decentralized, so training will not be only happening in St. George's. We are in discussions with the Ministry of Education, to make some of the secondary schools available for that purpose, so that persons from the community can just walk to the school and do the classes.
So you might, is it that you might, so let's say you sign up with Grace or you sign up with Newlow, but you call from St. David's. So although you call in Grace or wherever they are located, it means that you may get the opportunity to go in the community center in St. David's.
Grace will be the one who will be arranging a class.
Got you. All right.
So that's the center that's responsible, but then they will arrange around the country where the class is.
Okay. That makes so much sense. So no, you said it's mixed, because there is a LMS that has the program on there. So just for persons who might be interested in coming, what can they expect really? Is it that they're coming to school, quote unquote, you know? I like to put it that way because that is how we tend to say it. Or you're going to class and have to leave, you know, what should they expect?
Right. So for now in the design, our training centers are looking at having, because by the way, it's a 2-month program. It's a really short program.
Wow.
So it's about 2 months, and our training centers are willing to engage persons face-to-face as well as online. Because the program is already on the platform, it would start off as a face-to-face interaction, but the number of face-to-face interaction would decrease because we are encouraging the citizens to build the competence. So we want to now see if you're able to log in from home, log into the platform and complete your reading, do your quiz, whatever. It's very interactive, the design that is there. So it's very interactive. So it's meant to be hybrid in some cases and not just totally face-to-face. And it's short stints, so you may come for 2 hours. When the participants go to the centers, it's really to get the opportunity to practice. So we talk about operating the computer. The instructor will be at the center there to see something as simple as to turn on and turn off the computer. Can you do that properly? And to give you feedback based on what you're doing. So they'll give you different tasks to do just to guide and give feedback. But really, all the content for the program is on the platform. And so everybody will have their access. So we'll be hand-holding at first, and then we win you. Like how the mothers would win their babies, that's what we would do. So it's hand-holding because ultimately we want people to function independently, feeling confident that they know they can go on GOV, the tax, to pay the taxes. You can go online, put in your information, pay your taxes, and get out there quite comfortably with no hassle. And that's the thing, we want to build confidence in people that this system, there are high levels of security available. We have to be mindful of the scams and so on, but we have to be willing to get the information and stay on top of it. So the training will be very practical. And of course, on completion of the 3 modules on the platform, candidates will have the opportunity to do their assessment. So they'll come to the center, an assessor will plan their assessments, they'll do their assessments. Once they're deemed competent in these 3 units of competence, they can then receive a statement of competence from the NTA that says you are competent in these 3 units from the IT fundamentals. The good thing about it, because we want to build sustainability for the persons who figure, well, I want the full NVQ in IT fundamentals. The training centers can then take over that and implement the full program, but they already have
kind of like if you're carrying credits over. Excellent. Okay, so persons, I'm thinking that you have numbers here. We mentioned the centers, but for the benefit of this program, we will want to share the telephone numbers because I'm sure there are some persons who are ready and waiting with their pen and paper already. And then we can tell you, because I'm also wondering how long again do people have to, is it that when you get to the 400 then you have to cut off, or
No, so it's a rolling. So if we have, so at this point I can tell you, last I checked we had 121 persons registered, completed the intake form. So it means that in some cases, we can't start some of the programs, right? So it will be rolling. Once we have sufficient persons, and we try to keep the class sizes to about 20. So if we have 20 persons signing up to do training in St. George's, and TAMCC is their institution of choice, then we go ahead and start with those 20 persons. So it's a case where it will be rolling as fast as we have people signing up. One of the things that we want to encourage is that from the data that I've looked at, it's skewed to St. George's. So we really want to encourage persons in the outer parishes to sign up because the training will not only happen in St. George's, there are opportunities for the training to happen in all of the parishes across the island.
Carriacou and PT Matnik, please.
Carriacou is included. We just have to figure out when would be the best time to get Carriacou.
Given what is
the
happening, we understand. But we can't forget
No,
Carriacou.
we're not leaving them out.
Okay, great. So if you can share the contacts.
So persons, so Grace Training and Certification Center, they are one of the centers that will be coordinating training, and their number is 435-3318. They are located, if persons are interested in actually physically visiting to sign up the forms, on H.A. Blaze Street in St. George's. Then we have New Life Organization. They are located in Parmis, St. John, and their phone number is 444-9955. We have SEDACT, the Center for Development and Certification Training, also located on H.A. Blaze Street for anybody who wants to walk in, and their phone number is 435-2133. We have TechWell. TechWell is located in St. David, near the police station, in that vicinity, and the phone number is 422-1979. Then we have the T.M. Marisho Community College, and everybody knows the T.M. Marisho Community College, or should. They are located in Tantine physically, and also in St. Patrick, and also in Carriacou. Their phone number is 440-1389, and you are calling the extension 2229 to register for the program for now. And as Ms. Charles says, it's not a St. George's based program, even though some of these centers are located in St. George's. They will, wherever you come from, if you have enough people in St. Mark's, a program will be set up in a school or in a community center or something for St. Mark. If you're in St. Patrick and you're applying for this program under one of the centers, then they will set up a program in that area for you.
Okay, excellent. So, seeing that because we're close to starting, would you say that it will begin most likely before this year ends?
Oh, definitely.
Because we're in October. I know we're kind of close to the end. The time is going quickly.
Definitely. Some of the programs we're aiming for a start for some of them, because looking at the data, we have some that can start soon. So by month end, some programs will start, and again, November, some programs will start. Okay. The good thing about it is when the persons are completing the application or the intake form, you get to say which training center you would like to be assigned to. You also get to say which parish you would like to participate in the training from, as well as whether you would prefer a morning, evening, or afternoon program. So we're trying to cater to everybody. We really want to be as inclusive as possible, and to ensure that the persons who need this training the most, they're able to access it.
Okay, excellent. Last question I'm thinking, as it relates to that. I can walk into Grace. I'm using Grace. Grace comes easily to my mind. I can walk into Grace, but if I fill a form, I don't have to put Grace on that form.
No.
Okay. No. Because I'm thinking people might just be, oh, well, I go by Grace or I go by New Low, and I didn't put there because I don't really want to go there, but it was easy to find because maybe you were in that vicinity at the time. So feel free, reach out, and of course it is free. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, it's fully funded by the CADI based on the project. So it's fully funded, so persons sign up and take advantage, and be mindful that even if you selected a particular center, you may not get that center, because we're mostly looking at location of where you want to do the training. So if the parish is St. Patrick's and the institution that can offer or facilitate the training is New Low, you may just find that you selected Grace, but New Low is the center that contacts you to do the program. So be mindful of that. Our biggest priority is which parish you want to participate in the training from.
Right. Okay. Time is going quickly. Any other burning thing that we need to share? Because, I mean, you all are family now. I could easily call you all back another time, right? But in the interest of time, what it is,
we had an orientation for this week. Young entrepreneurs in agriculture project, agribusiness. So we're always busy. So
I see.
It's like ICT on this hand, agriculture, beauty and wellness. So
that's good though.
Doing multiple stuff at the same time. So again, Ms. Charles is, I could say the project, like involved in that project as well. And we had the orientation for basically 100 young entrepreneurs in Grenada. We're also going to have about 14 in Carriacou, because we never want to leave Carriacou
Not at all,
out of anything. So who will be trained? They will be trained in 3 areas: crop production, livestock rearing, and agribusiness. Not all of them in every. So the 100 is divided into those 3 groups.
Okay,
yes?
great.
Or the 114, and they will be they're under. We are again working with 3 centers. To deliver those training programs. We're working with the St. Andrew Development Organization, which is a community-based organization. We're working with New Life Organization, and we're working with the Grenada Produce Chemist Laboratory
right.
to do the agro-processing. So at the
Nice.
end of this program, in about basically 6 to 8 months or so.
Oh, so this one is a longer program.
Yes,
Right.
it's 4 months. They will be getting CVQ certification for this one.
Nice.
Yes, they will be. We will have persons who are trained in not just the technical side, but in the business, because there's an entrepreneurship is agriculture entrepreneurship component of it. So Ms. Charles can take over and give some more on the project.
You did very well. You did very well.
And that is going to be, well, she can tell you maybe when the classes are going to be rolling off.
Right.
That is rolling off even probably faster than the
Than
ICT.
the digital
Both
one.
of them probably would roll off around
They were-
the same
yeah.
time. And this is the first time we're using this quality: agriculture entrepreneurship, livestock rearing, agriculture entrepreneurship, crop production, agriculture entrepreneurship, agro-food processing. These are the first times we're using these qualifications.
Wow,
They were
nice.
only approved by COSOD, CARICOM, in 2022. And we've taken up the opportunity based on the need again when this project came through, funded by the CARICOM Development Fund, to say, here we have the qualifications, let's use it to deliver the program. And of course we have competent and qualified facilitators on island, again, that can support the delivery of the program. So we are looking forward to the implementation. The young people that have signed up for this program, many of them have started their own businesses. They're doing some kind of
nice.
agro-processing,
Right.
they're doing some farming, they're wearing something, and what we found is that many of them, they just need that extra push to refine. Some of them, they're just doing it out of a love. So by and large, more than half of the persons that signed up, they did not have any training in the
Wow.
technical area, but they've
But
been
they're
doing
already
this.
doing something.
Yeah.
That is so good.
So it's easy then to get them to remain in the program
Yes,
because this is what they're doing.
Correct.
And
Wow.
so we look forward to the completion of this, the implementation and successful completion of this cohort of training for young people. So when they say young people are not in agriculture and it's only the older people that are in,
That is not true.
just check this project
Yes,
and
yes.
check the participants, and we'll have countless stories of young people that are actively engaged in farming and agro-food processing.
And we will be right here to continue
To
to
share.
let the public know of how these programs are going on. Thank you
So
so
we are
much.
involved in
Yes.
a lot of developmental
So I
things
see that.
for young people
Oh, that
and for
is
the
good.
population on a whole.
It is good. It is good.
And it's free again.
and it's free again.
Yes.
Okay, so
Don't have to
NTA giving out a lot of freeness.
But I have to make it
That's a
clear.
good thing. Free, but it might be free to your pocket, but somebody
Funded
pays
by
for it.
somebody.
Somebody's paying for it. Yeah.
Just to make it clear that at the NTA, because we say all of this now, and I bet you by the time you get back there, the phone will be ringing off the hook, like about what training.
Yeah.
The NTA itself does not deliver training. If you notice,
Yes,
we
yes.
spoke about training,
The training
centers where
centers,
people can go
definitely.
to do
Yes,
the training.
yes.
So people are always calling us what training we have to offer, like because you hear us always
Yeah,
talk about these free
yeah,
trainings
yeah,
and stuff, but we don't do the training ourselves. It's always given to a center that we work with, the training center.
Okay. All right. Well, as I said, because of the interest of time, and you know how this hour goes by faster than any other hour in the week, I'm really glad for this. I'm hoping that we will be able, between now and the time it continues to roll off, that you can possibly share with us your flyer here at the CCG hour, and we can most likely be able, during the CCG hour subsequent broadcasts, we can also share that and remind persons of what's coming up. Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
hoping that will be good with you all. Yeah,
Yes, please.
perfect.
Thank
So
you.
now I can advertise for you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Send that flyer to you
Yes.
already?
Yes, but
did.
for this purpose here, we will have to definitely share it. All right? So, thank you so much again for coming, for stopping by. I know with all of these things that you all are having, I'm not going to even try to wonder how busy you are. But you are here looking sane, so it means that you keeping your mental health in check. I'm thinking we will talk about
balance,
that.
balance.
Perfect balance. All right?
Yeah.
So thank you again for coming,
And we
ladies.
just touched the
Touching
tip of
the
the
surface.
tip of the iceberg. If we go to tell you the 1,000,001 things we're involved in, we would not leave here today.
And I believe that. But definitely we'll continue to talk next month, God God's will. Do have yourselves, listeners and viewers, a really wonderful rest of your day. And we are going to continue to chat next week, Friday, God's will. Thank you so much again and have a great day.
Thank you for having us.
Reach